And your biggest regret is?
Staying in a relationship way longer than I needed to.
Being too nice and allowing people to treat me like shit.
Not trying to have a relationship with my mom.
Regrets. Everybody has them. I think there's two types of people in the world. People with regrets and liars. The definition of regret is when you feel sad, repentant, or disappointed over something that has happened or been done, especially a loss or missed opportunity. Initially, I wanted to interview old people for this video, but I thought, why not talk to some young Americans, some college students, and see what some young people's regrets were. So Noah and I went to a few different universities in LA and asked the students what their biggest regret was. And today we're here with
Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. Gay son or thought daughter? And so, what's one of your biggest regrets?
One of my biggest regrets would have to be
Not having as much fun in high school and placing too much effort on my academic validation.
Personally, I wish I spent more time with my mom growing up.
Wasting so much time on TikTok.
Damn, how much time do you think you spent on there?
3 hours a day.
Oh, shit.
Not learning Italian because my dad only speaks Italian, so now I can't talk to him.
How does that work?
I talk slowly in English, my mom's like the translator.
Probably say listen to my parents in 9th and 10th grade. Cause that shit, they made me stay home all day and I didn't talk to nobody, you feel me?
I think I would have to say wearing jorts in 7th grade.
Not committing to something I love, which was baseball.
Not starting golf earlier and basketball, not going to my fullest expectations, always being scared, nervous, all 4 years of my high school.
Regret not talking to this guy I liked in pre-K. We could have continued and I don't know where it would have ended.
My biggest regret is not listening to language podcasts.
I wish I reached out to my friends more during the pandemic.
I would say one of my biggest regrets is not trying to have a relationship with my mom because she's in prison for murdering my dad.
Oh, shit!
And I wish I could have a relationship with her, and I've tried, and I feel like something inside myself I should be able to.
Damn! I don't even know how to unpack that one.
So I think it's being very high-strung, at the start of high school. That was not fun at all.
My sophomore year of high school, I read through my friend's texts because I thought I had the right, and then I realized that was an invasion of privacy, so I'm sorry.
Did you find anything juicy in there?
So juicy, and we're not friends anymore.
Everyone hated my best friend in middle school, so then everyone hated me in middle school, and then I had no friends.
Oh, but luckily you have friends now.
Kinda.
Oh, okay. So no one likes her.
Not getting the cactus plant flea market Vapor Maxes.
We thought this concept, what's your biggest regret, was a very simple video. But what we found when we were interviewing more and more students was that people couldn't give an answer. Noah and I would go up to groups of kids, 10, 15, 20 kids, and say, what's your biggest regret? And they would all sit there and look at each other like, I don't, do you have one? And part of me thinks maybe they were nervous because they were being put on the spot by two very handsome YouTubers. That's a possibility. But I genuinely think it wasn't because they were too nervous or put on the spot, but rather people are NPCs.
NPC is a video game term. NPC stands for non-player character. They're essentially just background characters. An NPC person in real life is basically just a person that doesn't have very much substance. They're essentially on autopilot. They don't really think for themselves. They're really just random background characters. And most people on these college campuses were NPCs.
Basically, Noah and I make these videos with the intention of hopefully having a good final message or something that the viewers can walk away with. Maybe people will have a newfound motivation or new enlightened perspective on something. I thought if everyone hears other people's regrets, they'll think more about their own life and maybe walk away a better person. But unfortunately, the more people that we interviewed, the more I realized most people are rarely introspective and don't really think about their life in the grand scheme of things. They just kind of are on autopilot constantly.
One of my biggest regrets is letting people get away with a lot of stuff and being too nice to people.
One of my biggest regrets is staying in a relationship way longer than I needed to. Oh man, I was with this girl. It was my first relationship ever. I didn't really have the balls to cut it off.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Even though I knew long term, our values didn't align, I wasn't really into her.
I would say my biggest regret is focusing too much on academics.
How many years or months did you waste in a relationship?
After about 4 months, I knew, and I was with her for 22, so 18.
Holy shit.
I would say my biggest regret is not saying I love you enough to the people I care about.
I love you.
I love you.
Being too nice and allowing people to treat me like shit.
not spending enough time with my loved ones before I moved away and taking them for granted.
Well, one of my biggest regrets is back in high school, I would always try to hang out with the cool kids. And recently I had a class where I seen someone who's not so cool, I guess. I ended up talking to her after class and she's really cool. You know, don't judge a book by its cover.
What did that girl look like that you were saying?
She like emo.
Emo?
Yeah.
One of your biggest regrets?
Ooh.
I don't live life with regrets. I don't have any.
There's not one thing in your life that you thought, damn, I probably should have done this.
No, not really. Because if I didn't do anything that I've done, I wouldn't be here where I am right now.
I refuse to believe that just because people are young means that they don't have regrets. Sure, the older you get, the more regrets you'll have, but I would say to people, are you telling me you don't have one thing in your life that you wish you would have done or something that you wish you hadn't have done in your 18, 22, 24 years of living? You don't have one thing? I have new things every day. But regardless of other people's shortcomings, I was determined to make sure that this video had a nice message at the end. So I want to tell you guys about about something that happened to me recently that I thought was incredible and I thought it was worth sharing. I was shopping at a mall in Orange County and I walked into the store and I was wearing a Neymar jersey. I was wearing a jersey because it was like hot as hell outside. And I'm shopping, trying to buy something, and then I hear kids saying, Neymar, Neymar. And I look behind me and there's like a youth soccer team of kids kind of like screaming at me from outside the store saying, Neymar. They must have thought I was Neymar. So then these kids start running into the store, peeking at me through the aisles. We'll pop up some pictures here. Peeking at me through the aisles saying, Neymar, Neymar. And these kids legitimately thought, because I was tatted and wearing a Neymar jersey, that I must have been Neymar. So I was like, that's crazy. I walk outside. They start coming up. They're chanting Neymar now in the middle of the facility. It's the kids are chanting Neymar. It's crazy. I said, let's take a picture. Y'all the one and only Neymar. Let's grab a picture. So we grab the picture and then they say, come to our soccer game tonight. We're playing in the finals. And I was like, shit, like I was exhausted. I had a headache. What time's the game? All right, I'll come. Okay. And I thought, you know what? This is a crazy night. I've never had something like this happen to me. I'm popping out to the soccer game. Because you guys know I was a soccer legend growing up. Roll the clip.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If I said it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill.
So sure enough, 7:30 rolled around. I came to this youth soccer team's game. So my squad is looking strong today. We're coming out with the win. So let's go. To be fair, they're playing all Mexican, so I am a little bit worried. But we got this. We got it. It was an incredible match. I was dapping up the parents. I'm talking to the parents. I'm reliving my childhood. The kids that all thought I was Neymar, they played phenomenally. They're actually a really good-ass team. Let's go! They ended up winning the championship in incredible fashion. I was screaming and cussing on the sidelines along with the other parents. Any people who play organized sports, you know how it gets on the sidelines with the parents. You got the one dad that yells too much. You got the one mom that yells too much. You got the mom that yells profanities. You got the wife telling the husband to calm down. The game finished. They won the championship. Everyone was happy that Neymar made it to their soccer game. My team trains hard every day. We had a game plan and we executed perfectly. I mean, even when it got a little tricky and we lost some momentum for a little bit, we stayed calm, relaxed, and put away more goals. So proud of my team. And at the end, at the ceremony, when they were giving out the medals, the coach gave me a little speech. He said,
we met him today at lunchtime, and the guy said, look, he looks like Neymar. They took a picture and said, hey, we have a game finally. Nobody believes he's gonna show up.
He put a medal around my neck. I was dancing with the whole team. All the parents were extremely thankful and grateful that I was there. Nobody even knew who I was. Like, they did not know I was a YouTuber. Which was crazy. Normally I'm used to people saying, oh, you're a YouTuber. For the first time I had people coming up to me because they thought I was someone else. They thought I was Neymar, but then they realized I wasn't clearly Neymar, but I was just a random guy that they met at a store. In the end, they gave me a medal. It was an amazing night and it's one that I'll never forget. This is great. Incredible night. Incredible night. My team did amazing. Grateful to be here. So I think the moral of the story, in my eyes, is essentially just say yes to everything. People oftentimes regret the things they didn't do as opposed to the things they did do. So within reason, say yes to everything. Put yourself out there. Be uncomfortable. And don't live the life of an NPC that just moseys through life with no ideas and with no ambition and thoughts, and really challenge yourself to push the limits and be 1% better every day. That's it. Don't be an NPC. Bye.
Thanks for restoring my faith in the younger generation.
Yes. This was fun.